Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I've finally been able to get my hands on the NVIDIA RTX 3090. I've got it in the form of the ASUS TUF OC Edition. The whole 3000 series launch has been nothing but a disaster. No cards available in stock, 3090 in particular being extremely in short demand, but luckily someone reached out saying they didn't need the card anymore. We struck a price and here we are. So I'm very delighted to present it to you. So on with the unboxing now. Asus showing off the gunmetal grade triple fan design TUF cooler. They've had to make some modifications to deal with that increased TDP, which is now, I believe, at 320 watts. But the card does cool exceptionally well, so good job, Asus. Looking at the rear I/O, you do have two HDMI 2.1s, one more than the Founders Edition, and 3 DisplayPort 1.4a. And they're also proudly showing off the 24GB of GDDR6X as well, which is an incredible amount of VRAM to have, but it's an incredibly expensive card too. Just looking under the sleeve, you do get presented with a black box with a gold Asus insignia saying "In search of incredible." Very subtle, just to make sure your card is safe in transit. It is, of course, wrapped very well and protected by loads of foam to make sure it is safe in transit. So on with showing you the actual card now. So removing the foam, you get presented with the quick install guide. You kind of get these with every kind of GPU. No one really uses them unless this is the first time you've ever had a graphics card before. But this is how the card looks. It's very well packaged, of course, in the anti-static bag. And I actually thought the card was black, looking at the reviews and some of the cases, but getting it up close, it is like a gunmetal grey finish. But it does feel like a very premium card. Now the card out in all of its glory, you can see just how thick it is. It's about 2.7 slots, so that's like almost 3 slots, but it's justified by the cooling capacity that it has. From what I've seen, it really does perform well. But it doesn't use a lot of power as well. It does only have 2 8-pin PCI Express connectors. Some other cards have 3. But I think 2 8-pins should be fairly adequate to provide a slight overclock performance as well. If you need to overclock such a card, I don't think I'll be overclocking this card by too much. I may tinker with the memory a little bit, but that's about it. But yeah, you can see that the card is very well built. It does have some RGB capacity as well, but it's not something that I'm too fond of, which is why the TUF was right up my street. I didn't really care too much about flashing lights everywhere. It's simple, it's sleek, it does what it's supposed to do, and it looks like it's an absolute beast as well. If you have a look at the backplate now, they do have a little cutout for extra ventilation there, so that works for me. There was some controversy about these capacitors at the back, but I'm proud to say that the Asus TUF Edition has no issues there. There's no skimping on this card. Everything is where it should be, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, so one more thing to note, it does have a dual BIOS, so performance mode and quiet mode, if you're interested in having a slight out of the box overclock. Rear I/O again, 2 HDMI 2.1s, 3 DisplayPort 1.4As as well, so plenty of connectivity there. With 24GB of RAM, you can pretty much do everything from this single card. And if you're crazy enough to do these cards in SLI, then well, you should have some interesting NVIDIA surround options available to you. So that is pretty much it. The RTX 3090 TUF OC Edition from Asus. They've done a great job with the card. I love the design. Very industrial. It looks like it's made for business, and it certainly does perform. So we'll see how it does when I get a chance to benchmark it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick look. You've seen it. I'm very happy to show it to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much for watching.